What to do if your spouse insists on giving sympathy support to one of your adult children when you feel you can't afford it. My wife gives our wayward son $25,000 a year. What can I do? Asks a reader. Well, the moneyologist, Quentin Futrell, is here to help. Quentin, great to see you.
Me too.
This is sort of a tricky situation because the reader has 3 sons, 2 of whom seem to be doing fine, working and supporting themselves. A third son who has sort of unspecified health issues, correct?
Yes, it would have been more helpful if he'd said what they are, but he does work part-time and his wife also works. And yet, yes, she does. She gives, his mother gives him up to 25 grand a year in pocket money.
Which is a lot of money, and the reader feels, hey, we have retirement coming up in 2 years. We simply can't afford this, right?
Right, and they've argued about it. He said, short of divorce, I don't know what to do. And he has said that he feels like he should disinherit his son because he's received all this money, and his wife has gotten upset about that too because...
Well, I can see the father's point, though. Part of it is also the fairness factor, because if it's depleting their estate, there'll be no money left then to give to his other 2 sons, which sort of, punishes them for being responsible in a way.
Right, and healthy.
And healthy. Yet I can see the mother's perspective. She feels bad for her unhealthy son.
Right.
What was your advice?
So I think his wife needs to realize the implications, and he needs to set it down in black and white on a page and enlist the help of a CPA or a lawyer and say, look, this is how much money we have, this is how long we're going to live, this is our income, this is our expenditure, these are our savings. We just can't afford it.
So essentially crunch the numbers with her.
Crunch the numbers with her and take emotion out, because she's treating her one son, her other 2 sons unfairly while they're around, and he's threatening to treat another unfairly in the will, or at least unequally based on the money. So park all of those conversations, because you really need to take emotion out of it. And
decide what you can really afford. You also say, though, by doing this, she's doing her son a great disservice, because what happens after they're gone?
Right. So she's really facilitating him in his in their lifestyle, because my Irish mother has an ill phrase: "Cut your cloth according to its measure."
Right, it's a great phrase.
Yes, not sure it doesn't sort of make sense, but it sort of does make sense.
Yeah.
And I think they need to do that, because 25,000 is a lot of money
to get used to,
especially if one partner is working and the other partner is working part-time.
Right.
So they need to find ways to make more money, to upskill, to take a different job, to maybe look for other work, to downsize, because if they're gone and they're relying on this, and they've used all of this time sitting on their laurels, they haven't. It's going to be more difficult to get a higher paying job down the road.
Absolutely. They should be preparing them for what's to come. All right, Quentin, thank you so much for that.